Alright, you guys, time for chit chat. I think this is just a new series I'm going to do because I just come on here and ramble instead of calling it updates because a lot of times it's not really updates, it's just me chit chatting. This is going to be chit chat number 3 because I just did number 2. I did number 1 a couple weeks back. So, this is going to be number 3 of chit chat. We're going to talk about my story I never get to finish about these friends. I was always told not to hang out with military wives, that they're going to be a lot of drama. That's what my husband told me when we first got together back in 2006, and I didn't believe him. So I have made some along the way that I do truly, they understand me. I'll say that. I'm not one of those females that's always on the phone calling up each other. Oh my God, hey, how you doing? Oh my God. Every day. I don't have to talk to you every day to be your friend. And I need friends that understand that. And I need friends that do that also. They don't need to talk every single day to be friends. I didn't grow up with having a lot of friends, so I'm really a loner. So I'm used to not talking to other females. And when I did hang out, I really didn't hang out with females. I hung out with males. I guess I give you a little background on me too. I haven't really given you too much background. I give you current. I've given you Navy life stuff. I haven't given you too much background on myself. We'll start with school because the other part of my life is too deep, even before school. We'll sit down. We'll chit chat about that one day, but not right now. I don't feel like talking about it. It's heavy stuff. Anyway, no, I wasn't raped or violated and stuff like that. None of that stuff ever happened to me, thank God. But anyway, I went to an all-white school. My mom raised 8 kids, and I was the only one that had the privilege of going to private school. Yeah. I went to private school from pre-K to 12. So from the age of 3 to 17, because I graduated at 17, I went to a private school in Seaford, Delaware. And I think there were a total of 4 black people in the whole school. At times, I think the highest amount of African Americans we had was 5 or 6. We never had double digits. We never hit the 10 mark. We never had double digits. And if they did come, they wouldn't say it all year. So, I was the only black person in my high school class. My whole school class, basically all my life, except for like senior year. We had one guy, and he basically just ended up leaving. He had come and gone a couple times, and his sister had come and gone, but she ended up graduating. She was the first African American to graduate from Seaford Christian Academy. I was the second African American, but I was the first African American to graduate and do the whole school from pre-K to 12th grade. Like I said, and then she was actually killed a few years later by her boyfriend. I believe he was like Navy something. He ran over top of her with a car. I remember hearing that on the news, and it was just like crushed. Because I really liked her. I looked up to her because, she used to look so homely. She did. She used to wear the 2 pigtails, and she had these glasses, and she came back after her parents had took her out, and she came back totally different. She had like one of the cute little sassy Toni Braxton, Halle Berry haircuts. She had her hair and her eyes were the same color. She had gotten contacts. She just was just adorable. But yeah. But anyway, so I went to an all-white school. So there was not, I didn't have that. I don't feel like I've ever made lifelong friends. Lifelong girlfriends. Because whether we want to face it or not, we want to say, oh, we are all the same, and we have cultural differences, and what I've learned from going to that school, and these are my personal opinions. These are things I've lived. I'm sorry if you disagree. Um, this is what I lived. I will tell you what I lived. People that I thought were my best friends ended up calling me nigger. Yes, I'll say the N word. They ended up calling me nigger. This was in high school. I mean, I had went through school with these people for like ever. Now I do have some that I still talk to. You know, we aren't close, but who I thought was my BFF in high school wasn't, because issues, I guess. But anyway, I made it through. I actually had a guy from high school contact me via Facebook, and he's like, I got questions for you. And I was like, okay. And then he's like, how did it feel, you know, like being basically the only representation of black people to this school, the high school. Because there was like a year I was the only black person in the whole high school until this other girl came over. She went pre-K through 12 too, but she was like 2 years behind me. But until she came over into the high school, I was the only black person. And I think I'm the only person that remembers that, because I remember it because I was the only black person, and it was really, really awkward. I felt like a fly in a bowl of milk, flat out. I felt like I stuck out like a sore thumb. Everybody thought, of course, you can dance and you can sing. Can't sing. I can halfway dance. I can make my way. You know, I can look like I'm doing something. You know, I think that's one of the reasons why I got a relaxer. I can tell you that for sure. It's one of the reasons why I got a relaxer. Because we used to have this one other black girl. She was like she was like 6 grades ahead of me. She was in high school. She would be a student helper. And she asked me one day, why are you still wearing your hair in braids and pigtails? I was like in 5th grade. I was like, I don't know. I just am. And then she's like, you need to get your hair relaxed and da-da-da-da. Of course, she's the only black female that was a teenager that I knew that I hung out with, because I really didn't hang out with my cousins either. And I was like, I asked my mom, can I get a relaxer? And she was very hesitant on letting me get it. And that's when I was like 12 when I got my first relaxer. So I can tell you that's the reason why I relaxed my hair. And I said, I never knew about a drawstring ponytail. I don't know if they had them back when I was in high school. Probably, that was like in the early 90s, late 90s. I was like, I wish I had known about getting a fake ponytail, because I would have, because I was on the cheerleading squad and everybody else whipping their ponytails. And I didn't have a ponytail to whip. I whipped my little bunny tail because my hair broke off. Before I relaxed my hair, my mom used to use a hot comb on it, and it was literally down to here. I will kid you not. If I could ever get the picture from my mom, I would show you. And it was right here, and it was curled at the ends. So she had it flipped up. So I'm quite sure it would came down to here. But I relaxed my hair, and it literally chopped off. Don't believe me? Watch. This is me senior year. And that's how much my hair broke off. I was having my senior year. I was chunky. I was very chunky, wasn't I? But yeah, that's me senior year. SCA. I'm trying to figure out what that necklace is I'm wearing around my neck. I don't even know what it is. I know I don't have it still. But anyway, so I never made childhood friends. Anyway, getting off the subject. So to me, I don't call you every day. I don't even think about it. Every so often, I do have a BFF, and she's just like me. She doesn't need to talk to you every day to consider you her best friend. You know, that's why we get along so well. When we have a problem, we know that the first person that we can call is each other. And that's exactly what we do. You know, we have kids. We're trying to plan a trip together because she had to end up moving back to Chi-Town. And, of course, I'm still down here. But, you know, that to me is a true friend. And for them, they delete me off their Facebook page. They stop calling me. You know, every once in a while, I'll text you before I'll call you. I just feel more comfortable texting. And, oh, hey, stranger, they said. And I'm like, oh, hey. You know, I was texting you because I wanted you to come to my son's birthday party. It's like I tried to text and she was like, you know, she acted like she didn't know me. So then she ended up telling the other girl, and she was like, oh, I thought you didn't want to be bothered with me, so I was just like, forget you. And I was like, okay. I said, I said, I still consider you a friend. I didn't think that, you know, I was doing it otherwise. When they asked me to go places and do things, you guys remember, I was working 11 to 7. If you're follower of me, I was working 11 to 7. I barely had time to sleep, let alone go out and hang out. I worked 11 to 7. You know, when you work that, your day off, you get 2 days off in a row. That one day, you're sleeping all day. The second day, you're finally getting things done that you didn't get to do. Laundry, cleaning the house, stuff like that. So I felt I felt bad. And so then the one girl's like, well, we need to get together because they were getting ready to transfer. And I was like, well, we need to do a date. So I set up a double date and everything. So like we were supposed to go on that Saturday. That Wednesday, she texted me and was like, oh, something came up. We'll have to reschedule. Okay. So anyway, I thought I got deleted by accident off her Facebook page, so I had refriended her. Come to find out her husband went out somewhere else with, you know, I think to me it's just like if you had said, hey, we have wanted to do something else with someone else, you know, we'll reschedule with you. Then just tell me. I just felt kind of, I felt like, I don't even know how to say it. I felt kind of upset and hurt because you're always talking about I don't want to do nothing with you, but then you go ahead and do this. So I was like, you know what, forget it. I'm done trying to make friends around here. I'm cool by myself with my husband and my kids. You know, I have friends that I can call from back home. I have very few. I have like 2 or 3. Like I said, I don't make a whole lot of friends. My mom has always told me, you need to show yourself to be friendly in order to make friends. I do show myself to be friendly. But because I'm quiet, for one, and I'm always kind of plain faced, I'm never like all the time, hi, how you doing? I don't do that. It's just not me. But I guess people say my first impression. Everybody always thinks that I'm a snob. I don't understand why you would think that I'm a snob or that I think I'm better than everybody else. I don't think I'm better than everybody else. That's the furthest thing from my mind. I try to help everybody. If you need a friend to talk to, I'm always there. You can always talk to me. And people that are truly my friends and know me know that. But how people get that from a glance at you, I don't understand. And that has been my whole life. I tell you, I had a cousin one day, we were at a dinner at church. I was sitting there, I was pouring my food, you know, minding my own daggone business. And he's going to sit there. He's like, we reached for the fork at the same time. I say, oh, go ahead. He's like, you just think you're so much better than everybody else. You make me sick. And I'm thinking to myself, where in the world did that come from? And how did you think that? How did you think that? But anyway, I don't even care. Because after you have to know who you are within yourself. And I have tried every way to fix whatever glitch that somebody sees in me. I've tried, people were saying I was not confident in myself. So then I tried to show that I am more confident. And then people try to say that I'm overconfident and I think that I'm better than everybody else. So it took me up until like maybe 24, 25 to realize, forget what everybody else thinks of me. I'm sorry that you think this by looking at me, but I've got to be me and I've got to do what I do. You get to know me, you know, hey, my impression of you was wrong. That's what you have to learn. But if you get that impression and don't want to get to know me, that's no love lost. I didn't know you to begin with. You know, you've got to learn to be you and be satisfied in being you. And I wish I had learned that a long time ago instead of trying to change myself so that people would accept me more. This is me. This is my voice. This is the way I walk. This is the way I talk. This is what I do. And be satisfied with it. Put yourself out there how you see yourself and how you are. And that's all you can do. And just live your life. Live your life. That's all you can do. All right? Talk to you guys later. Thanks for chit-chatting with me. Bye.